Hey, what's up, everybody? BDO44 coming at you with another video. All right, so just got to watch the summer league game, the Lakers and the Suns, and it was pretty spirited. I mean, obviously it's summer league, so you don't expect that I'm gonna break down the stats and all that good stuff. That's not what I'm coming here to do. Just wanted to kind of shout out the guys and just give them credit for playing well. Uh, didn't get the victory, lost by 20, but who cares? The summer league. What I wanted to see, I saw, which was strengths and weaknesses of certain players that may have roles on our team going forward. Scottie Pippen, excellent passer, fantastic stealing the ball. He really is disruptive as they come. When it comes to live ball plays and getting active hands involved in plays that create live ball plays, he really does that consistently. And on the other end, scoring, finishes very well, really good at creating plays for others, making passes for others, and he's very strong. I tell you, he reminds me of the guy that we had, Josh Hart back in the day, a couple years back, and he's like a more so passing version of Josh Hart, more so defensive in my opinion. Josh Hart was defensive, but I think Scottie has a bit more natural bounce to him. I think he's a bit more athleticism. Um, Same weakness in terms of behind the arc. Neither one of them are great from behind the arc. So they have similar play styles, similar body builds too. And I'm very happy about the acquisition of Scottie. I think he's going to help us a lot as he continues to develop. He's going to have to continue to work on his ball handling and, just continue to overall get better from behind the arc. But he's an aggressive NBA player, and I think he's going to have a nice long career. What else? Who else did I see out there? The rebounding of Max Christie is what really stands out about Max. I just love the way he crashes the boards, pulls it right off the rim. 3-point shot isn't falling just yet. I hope it starts coming around. But all in all, I like the way he gets involved crashing the glass, and he does try to get into the paint and create for himself. It's kind of hard for him to get in there, but we know his strength comes. That will come along. So he's got a lot of work to put in, but I think he'll come around for sure. Mason Jones is somebody who stood out for me as well. I call him 40 Jones because he wore 40 for us, but he's wearing number 17 for us in the summer league, and he's been great, really really good with the numbers, the minutes given, rebounding the ball, scoring, being active. Really enjoy what I saw from him. The kid by the name of McCoy stands out a lot. I've been paying close attention to him these last couple games. He drives well. I like his handle. I like how he gets active out there. Sharif O'Neal had some really good moments tonight. I really liked his energy, the aggressiveness in which he played. He was trying to get active on the glass, active inside. Had a couple plays that didn't count, but you could really see his athleticism shine. And I just felt like he was really aggressive tonight. He was really making it a point to stand out. And I like what I saw there. Let's see who else. I mean, the Suns really had a bunch of great players. I didn't really zone in on them, but what I can say is their coach over there had them playing really, really on the string. They played hard. They played strong. And you could clearly see that they were sharp tonight. There wasn't a whole lot to dislike about them. Cole Swider played good on the offensive end. He was hitting his shots, doing his thing. Defensively, there were some mistakes there. So we know we got a lot of work to do with him in regards to his defensive assignments and reads and things of that nature. We're going to have to find ways of making him a bit more effective out there. But shooting the ball, you understand already, he's going to be special. Very, very, very special. Because it appears to me that he shoots better when there's a hand in his face. He's one of those guys. If you're in front of him, it's like his confidence increases. So that right there is a very serious attribute, and I have a feeling he's going to be a player for us for a long time. Everybody's going to mention how LeBron James helped Scottie Pippen off the floor. Fantastic drive that Scottie had him backpedaling into LeBron's section, and Bron picked him up. You know what I mean? It's one of those situations where it's a big deal because obviously this is Scottie's son. This is Bron, the whole MJ Bron thing. So, it's a big deal. But most importantly, you understand that Bron, even at that level, still sees the fruit in being part of the team, picking his guys up and just doing the things that make guys understand that he's one of them. Bron is one of the best in the world at that. Even though he's on such a pedestal with what he's accomplished and what his name is worth in this world. Ultimately, when I see how he interacts with others, he treats everybody with respect, and I really appreciate that about him, because it ain't something that is necessary for a guy who's in the cosmos with him historically. Sometimes it's just, you know what I mean, you get to so far into the cosmos with where you're at, it's just like, oh man, I don't have to, you know what I mean, I don't have to treat these guys no kind of way. I ain't got to pick up nobody, I ain't got to do nothing. But Bron ain't like that, and I think that's one of the reasons why he's appreciated so much around the world in the way that he is, because he really does tend to treat people with respect, no matter if they're the top guy or the last guy on the bench. So that's something that always stood out, and I appreciate it. Let's see, what else we want to talk about? Obviously, Coach Ham was in the house. Rob Pelinka, Laker Brass was in the house. Russell was there. It was a situation where you saw a lot of Lakers show up. Montescano Anderson, THT was in the house. Wenyen Gabriel was in the house. So, everybody's in Vegas for the Summer League teams. The guys are represented. Our organization is very, very intent on being present in the Summer League. We want to let people know the Lakers are here. We are here. We're looking to develop our talent. We're looking to wheel and deal. We're looking to make our presence known. So I really like just how present our team was in the Summer League tonight. And of course, you saw Woj talking to Rob Pelinka, Woj talking to all those guys, Bron, everybody. They're really chopping it up tonight. So I didn't see anybody from the Nets organization. I didn't see any interactions with Lakers and Nets. Nothing like that was going on. But you did see the main faces in the crowd. So that was very encouraging. So let's see. Aside from that, I think just overall, I didn't take too much from the game. I was just looking for individual performances from guys. And I saw that. We didn't have our big guy out there, Jay Huff. He's still out with health and safety protocol, which is pretty dang unfortunate since he's been such a big time player in this summer league for us thus far. But without him, we can't win, and that is evident. So you can clearly see just how important he's going to be for what we do as an organization, and hopefully we can call him up and get him down there to play a little basketball for us in the big leagues this year. So yeah, all in all, I gotta say, I think the Lakers are doing great. I want us to keep a lot of these guys in our organization. Mason Jones, McCoy, it was a few others too. I wish I knew their names, but those guys really do have a lot to offer, and I think keeping them in rotation with the G League or in our full team is going to be a good thing for us long term. These guys got a future, man. I think a lot of those guys are going to make it in the league. We got a good summer league squad, and so yeah, as I always say, I'm pleased with our scouts, and I think that's one of the best things we got going for ourselves right now. And even though it didn't turn into a win for us tonight, we understand that this is a well-constructed summer league squad with a lot of guys who are going to contribute, and you can just clearly see it tonight. So yeah, Scottie Pippen, that's who stood out to me. He's just very aggressive. He looks like he's ready to be a part of the big leagues. I think the only thing for him, like I said, is just working on that three-point shot and that ball handling, and that's what it is. And he even hit a three tonight, so you can see the rhythm is coming. His three looked better tonight than it did in the previous game. So they're working with him. The coaches are there. You saw Phil Handy laughing with the guys as well. He was on tab. It was just a good night of summer league basketball overall. You know what I mean? And so hopefully what follows this is the big trade. Obviously the Lakers are looking forward to getting this behind us and having our full team. Listening to Rob Pelinka, he was talking about the players that he has on tab. He was trying to get younger. An emphasis for Coach Ham was to get players with defensive length that could really help, and a defensive intensity and energy about them. And we believe we've gotten that. The next thing to do, of course, is to continue to make moves, and that's something that he alluded to. He said there will be more moves made. So as if we didn't already know that, he confirmed that there is still more willing and dealing to do. So, I don't know. Maybe it's going to be Kyrie Irving. I think that's more than likely what we're looking at. But if the Nets don't want to deal, they know we got a few things that we're going to continue to do. They are not going to slow us down or stop what it is we're trying to accomplish with their patience. So But we're gonna do what we got to do and be patient as well, and we'll see what happens. Hopefully, we can get a good deal for ourselves. I'm really warm on the idea of acquiring Kyrie Irving and somehow being able to retain a pick so that we can make a different deal to get us a little more shooting. I think that's not something the media is giving us a whole lot of hope about. But the fact that this deal hasn't been done yet lets me think that Rob is trying to get us the best deal, and I encourage him to keep on fighting for that, because that's the thing is the media wants us to give away those 2 picks. Oh, there's so many other teams that have given away more picks than you. Yeah, that's true. But we're in this position to where we also have Russell Westbrook. And that means that we're dealing with even less in that regard because of the structuring of his contract and how much it takes from us. So until we get rid of it, not only are we missing picks, but we're missing a big deal of our cap space. And that's just the reality of our situation. So flexibility is something that Rob Pelinka talked about when he first got the job. It's something that they talked about when Bron came in. It's something that we talked about up until last season. So I don't want us to forego all flexibility if it isn't absolutely and utterly necessary. And I think that's what those picks represent. Now, giving up one of them, we're going to do that. That's not something I'm going to fight. But giving up both of them, I don't think that should be something we just turn over just to keep from having to take on Harris or something like that. No, that pick, I don't care what these pundits tell us, that pick holds value. The 29th pick, the 2029 pick holds value because it will allow us an escape plan for anything that we do that we don't like. That is the bottom line. We have a way out, and that is what you want to keep. That's what a pick represents to me. A first round pick represents a way out of a situation. Because if push come to shove, if I got a bad contract and can't do nothing else, I could attach that first rounder and get him out of here. If I can't do nothing else, I could draft that player and have something to look forward to. Remember when we didn't have nothing but Jordan Clarkson? A lot of Laker fans remember that. When he was the first kid we had on our team, it wasn't nobody but old players, and Kobe was starting to wind down. Roster had been blown up, gotten rid of everything worth having, and we had just bought ourselves a second-round pick from the Washington Wizards and got ourselves Jordan Clarkson. He was a second-rounder that we bought. That first-round pick can be even more of an impact player if we find ourselves in such a situation again. So, am I willing to throw in that 29 pick for the right thing? Yes, for the right thing? Absolutely. But just to get a deal done that we plan on getting done without it, so that we can satisfy some teams, idea of getting over on us? Nah, I'm cool on that. That doesn't move me at all. I'd rather be patient and see if we can keep that pick. So that's what I want to lobby for. I know Bron ain't with that, but I'm telling you, man, the thing about the situation with LeBron James is something that he's not really sure about how long he wants to be here. He ain't sure, And so if he does want to see the Lakers as a viable place to play going forward, I don't care what he's talking about in regards to this season. He's going to want us to have flexibility after that. And that's what I know. You know what I mean? A lot of this talk about, I don't care what happens with the picks. I don't care about that. Yeah, you don't, because you're focused on right now. But after right now ends, you're going to be focused on then too. And what we do now in regards to that pick will help you then too. And that moment will be a win now moment where you'll want everything too. And that's our responsibility to make sure that we keep that in mind. Because there's always going to be a new now for the new star. Let that never leave our minds. There's always going to be a new now for a new star. And believe you me, if you don't have enough flexibility for that moment, you're going to make that person want to leave too. And so it's always going to be the organization's responsibility to keep that flexibility available, to be able to get those things done. And if you give all those things away in some random year, when you do need those things that next year, they just won't be available to you. So that's what 29 represents to me. I don't know what everybody else thinks of it, but that's our safety hatch, and we're gonna need it. So yeah, if we can keep from giving that up, keep from giving that up. So that's what I gotta say, man. That is what I gotta say. I think all in all, this has been a great night of basketball. I hope you guys enjoyed it as well. And yeah, that's what we got. BDF 44. Thank you all for watching. I'm out.